Looks like you're having fun. What's the occasion this time?
Oh, do I spy a traveler and a Paimon? We were just talking.
It's been too long. I'll bet you have some excellent. I knew I could count on you.
What were you talking about before we got here? Something fun? Or something delicious?
We were talking about one certain traveler and how two's company but three's a crowd as the inseparable duo tore around Tibet, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often at 6s and 7s as they braved the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8 and countless other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives. Wink, wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths.
What the? It just gets worse and worse.
Shortly, you may attend a grand banquet at Stone Gate. All will be... It's not, though that does sound fun. Maybe we missed an opportunity. In fact, it's a poetry gala! Jointly hosted by Representative... Do you still remember the promise I made to the distinguished director?
Oh, something about writing poetry together?
That's right. At the dinner table that night, I just knew this young bard was a... And now, I've finally seized the chance to collaborate. It took me much trekking across the land to petition Eugene Terrace. In the spirit of friendship and poetry sharing, I managed to...
Bit of a weird name.
Liyue's poetry is known far and wide, and Mondstadt is the city of wine and song. With 2 nations teaming up, it'll be... Hu Tao and I will be the co-hosts for this poetry.
Not at all, Venti. You followed my lead most...
You flatter me.
Well, this sounds like fun. Let's get involved. Oh, Paimon, sure you'll be amazing.
Oh, looks like someone's got a knack for this.
All right, so basically you guys are here to discuss the activity.
Oh, looks like little Paimon's brain has gained a wrinkle or two.
Huh? Wait.
We came here hoping to invite a special guest.
I already told you. I'm not going.
Xiao, you're here too.
Never having penned a verse myself, how could I hope to judge the poetry of others? Besides, afflicted with karma as I am, the rock is...
Hey now, there's a first time for everything, right? We all start from it, and you don't even have to join us in person if you really don't want to. You can just watch, but at least head down and take a look first. It's right.
Besides, with the renowned traveler here, what is there?
I'll consider it.
It's nearly time. Why don't you all head to the venue and take a look around? Quite a few of your friends should have arrived by now.
Yes, that's right. Venti and I still need to discuss the poem for the opening ceremony.
Gotcha. We'll be on our way then. And a lot of them are familiar faces. Let's go say hi.
Well, look who's here. This poetry fest seems to have attracted talent of the highest caliber.
Hey, Shincho and Chanya are here too.
I was actually heading into the mountains to train, but he accosted me on the way and dragged me here.
Oh, how your words wound me. Is it not the responsibility of an exorcist of Liyue to ensure that this celebration of friendship between our 2 nations stays free of evil spirits? Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to meet heroes who have come from far and wide. Surely, you must be curious as to how that heroine of Mondstadt was able to lift such heavy objects like they were but a feather.
Are you talking about Noelle? Yeah, she's super strong.
Oh? Well, since you are so well acquainted, could we trouble you to introduce us later?
Okay, fine. But don't forget to help me with my investigation like you promised. That's the only reason I agreed to come at all.
Huh? What investigation?
Naturally, I could never forget such a thing. My word is my bond. Relax, dear Paimon. All will be revealed in time.
Okay.
Are you sure that wasn't really an evil...
Open your mind to all possibilities, and I'm sure you will find the answer.
I suppose that's true. Hey, wait a second.
Diona! Traveler in Paimon? I didn't expect to see you here. Are you here to mix drinks? That's right. I was specially asked to attend this event on behalf of the Cat's Tail, and I'm also here as a mixologist representing the Mondstadt wine industry. You're representing Mondstadt's wine industry? Oh, you must be... Of course I hate it! But it's also a perfect chance to destroy the reputation of Mondstadt's wine business once and for all! Opportunities... Huh? How do you figure that? All I need to do is add some gross ingredients to the drinks, and I can create the most disgusting concoctions imaginable! Nobody will ever buy wine from Mondstadt again. Paimon thinks you'll end up getting the opposite result. Just you wait! I ain't about to mess this up. Are you gonna write some poetry with us, too? Poetry? I've heard plenty of bards sing in the tavern before, but I've never tried writing any myself. You should join in! It'll be fun! Fine, if I have time.
Oh, it's the Traveler in Paimon.
Are you here for the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala as well?
You said that with a straight face? Is Paimon the only one who thinks it sounds weird?
Representatives? No. Nothing fancy like that. We were sent here by the Knights of Favonius to help maintain order and set up the venue. But I didn't really do anything useful so far. Noelle brought all these tables and chairs here from Mondstadt by herself. She's a true knight.
Oh, no, that's just not true. Your efforts were indispensable. You selected the venue, drew up the layout, and so on. Also, you're the true knight here. I'm still in training. If anything, I should be addressing you as Sir.
What? No. Please don't. Just keep calling me Mika.
Why does it feel like these two could keep this up all day?
Anyway, Master Jane did say that as long as we keep on top of our work, we should take a look around while we're here and get involved in the poetry gala as much as we can. But I haven't written much poetry before, so I'm not sure if I'll fit in.
I actually have the same concern.
Yeah, plus, you won't be alone. We're joining too. The Traveler's a really good writer, you know.
Really? In that case, we'll try our best too.
Perhaps the challenge of writing poetry is a rite of passage that all who wish to qualify as a knight must eventually face.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. But anyway, no backing out now. See you soon!
Sure. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
Oh, Mika beat me to it. I was gonna ask for help too.
In full, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala. We're your hosts, Liyue's verse-monger of the darkest alleys, Hutao.
And Mondstadt's liquor-loving lyricist, Venti the Bard. The purpose of this event is to promote friendly poetic exchanges between our two nations. So please, have fun, talk to other people, and make some new friends.
If you're here, you're our guest, so please enjoy this poetry fest.
I'd also like to reassure everyone that this event welcomes people of all skill levels, from first-time rhymers to seasoned songwriters. If you ask me, the most important thing you can bring to writing poetry is authenticity. That means reaching deep down to all the thoughts and feelings you usually hide away or struggle to express, and putting them into words, just right from the heart in whatever form you like.
To help everyone really cut loose and enjoy themselves to the fullest, Venti and I have carefully prepared 3 themes to be revealed over the course of 3 days. Let's get right to it. The first theme is Riddle Me This.
Solving riddles, huh? Interesting. It's actually a pretty good choice for a warm-up activity.
Whew. I'm glad they're not making us write sonnets or something right at the start.
Does everyone see the lanterns hanging around the venue? These have been specially prepared for the riddle game. Simply write down your riddle and hang it on a lantern. Then Venti and I will select a few to pose to the crowd, and you will try to solve them. We'll now give you some time to write down and hang up your riddles. Feel free to walk around and talk with the other contestants to get the creative juices flowing. And remember, whoever guesses the most riddles correctly will get a prize.
And with that, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala has officially begun.
Oh, let's see what's on this lantern. A tender sigh for home, how far the flowers roam. A visitor asks me why, for a dream beyond the sky.
Read that one too. Liyue's poems seem pretty difficult to grasp.
Dreams?
So it means something like, this thing's really far from home. It's in a vast area, and it's flying really high. Is that it?
Oh, you're amazing, Paimon! Oh, it looks like I still have a lot of learning to do.
It's nothing, really. Once you've spent enough time in Liyue, you just sort of pick up on these things.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Back when I was out with the Grandmaster on the expedition, I started picking up some local customs without even realizing it.
But back to the riddle. We still haven't actually solved it. What could it be talking about?
Something that flies high and far. Oh, that makes me think of dandelions.
Oh, that makes sense. And Mondstadters believe that dandelions can carry your feelings on the wind.
But maybe we're missing something? It can't be that easy. After all, it's a riddle from Liyue. What would their equivalent of the dandelion be? If there even is one. What do you think, Traveler?
Great! Then we'll have one answer ready to go when the game begins.
Right! Just like Venti said.
Well, no matter. Let's go look at the next.
Oh, yes! I want.
This one says. I have 4. Oh, wow. Paimon's drooling from now.
Oh, Paimon. You have to look past the surface level.
Huh?
Xingqiu just hung that riddle up a moment ago.
Oh, so this is Xingqiu's riddle! You know,
This festival is about building friendship and mutual understanding. With so many friends from
hey, not bad! So, buddy, does that mean you can...
Not a chance. You'll have to wait for the answer to be revealed, just like everyone else.
Meanie!
If that's how you feel, why don't you try and...
Maybe... Traveler, you'll help Paimon come up with a riddle, right? Ha!
Then I look forward to seeing...
Even though Paimon said she'd write a riddle, Paimon really doesn't have any clue how. Let's start by reading a few more of other people's for inspiration. On 4 long legs, my slim body sits. I eat not a bite and drink not a sip. With a passionless face, I greet countless guests, whom I carry all day without needing to rest. Is this talking about some kind of animal? It's a chair! Huh? Diona, how did you guess it so quickly? Wait, were you the one who wrote it? No, of course I didn't write it. The answer just popped into my head. I'm always telling the cats in the tavern that the chairs get tired from working all the time, so they shouldn't use them to sharpen their claws. Oh, okay. So a riddle. Are you trying to write one? Yep, and thanks to you. Maybe I should try to come up with one too. All right, Paimon's riddle is now hanging up. Diona, do you want to know the answer? Nah, no need. I don't really care about winning a prize. Oh, okay then. Well, looks like it's time to carry on with the event. We should regroup with the others. Sure, have fun.
Hey, looks like everyone's about done mingling and riddling. Gather round and look this way. Venti and I have selected several riddles from everyone's contributions, and we added a few of our own to the mix for good measure. Shortly, we'll randomly select a few to read aloud. If your riddle gets selected, remember that you have to announce the correct answer at the end. Anyone who guesses correctly gets 1 point, and if nobody guesses correctly, the writer of the riddle gets a point. Sounds fair to me.
Of course, when the riddler reveals the right response, it only counts if everyone agrees that it's not too far-fetched.
That's right. Now, if there are no more questions, it's time to reveal the first riddle.
Hopefully they'll draw at least some that I can get. Oh no, does only the first person to solve it get the points? Ugh, that means I have to be first to raise my hand.
Please choose Paimon's riddle. Please choose Paimon's riddle.
Riddle number 1. Let me see here. This riddle is, unique, especially the handwriting. I have four corners, like a square pancake, but I'm stuffed and seasoned and carefully baked. I pass through the lips, one piece at a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind.
They drew Xingqiu's.
Better answer as quickly as you can. You don't want someone else beating you to it.
You brat. It's pizza. The answer is pizza.
Even without the author coming forward, I can confidently declare this answer wrong. I mean, how does eating pizza broaden your mind? And while I'm no expert in exotic dishes, if I'm not mistaken, pizza is round, is it not? Like mora meat?
But eating pizza makes you happy, and being happy makes it easier to face problems that need solving. So... Okay, Paimon admits she may have jumped the gun on this one.
Maybe it's some other kind of food. No. Riddles are never that simple, and it needs to be something that makes people more intelligent.
If Paimon had known it was gonna be this tough, she'd have read more books in her time. What is it? Have you got it? Huh? Oh, gotcha! Bucks! The answer is bucks!
That was quicker than I expected. I was quite proud of that one.
Oh, it appears the riddle writer has announced the answer. Okay,
Huh? So the answer was bugs? Oh.
We're awesome at this! Oh, what Paimon meant to say was...
On to riddle number 2.
I gotta get in there first this time.
High above the wispy clouds, amidst the gloomy snowfield. Oh, it's...
I got it!
Looks like those two have some ideas.
Mika, please go ahead.
No, how could I? It was you who thought of it first. You should be the one to guess.
My answer isn't necessarily correct. Besides, it's first come, first served, and you beat me to it.
No, I did.
How gracious and How about both of you say your answer?
Oops, I didn't realize we'd made such a scene.
Oh, crud. I guess we dragged that out. So, Noelle, what do you say?
Yes, let's. Our answer is...
Cecilia!
Oh, that certainly sounds like a good candidate for the correct answer. Although, since the writer hasn't yet come forward to announce the answer...
I can't believe I was wrong. Maybe...
Is the answer Genshin? The poem does evoke a strong sense.
Correct! I wrote this one. Genshin is the right answer.
No! Shinjo got it!
However, after listening to the host's description, I do remember... So, I'd like to approve the answer from our two friends from... Really? Oh, thank you so much!
Well, since even the Riddler themselves...
Darn it! Shinjo's caught up to Paimon already! Yeah, you're probably...
Moving now to our third riddle.
Huh?
What's got no wings but flies in the air, never gets tired of.
That's Paimon's. They picked Paimon's riddle. Yay! What is it? Why isn't anyone guessing? Is Paimon's riddle too
That's not quite it. More like, it's so.
What? No way! Well, go on then. Tell.
The answer is Paimon.
What?
It's Paimon.
I was actually gonna say Paimon too.
Me too.
No! You're all completely wrong!
Paimon, do you have wings behind your back?
No.
You're always floating, but you never seem to get tired of
And Paimon has a very healthy appetite, which must cost the traveler a lot of more.
I've heard from the senior knights that the traveler rescued Paimon by fishing her out of the sea.
Glug, glug, glug. Wait. Now Paimon's doubting herself. Well, no! You're all wrong. The answer to Paimon's riddle is obviously the Jade Chamber!
Is that so? I still maintain that the riddle act. In fact, if we just added 2 more lines to the poem,
What do you want?
the traveler's companion and talkative guide, a praiseworthy presence always.
Aw, do you mean it? Can we really add that part? You think so cute? Okay, then Paimon would like to announce that the
Great! And with that, the.
guessing riddle. Oh,
You know, for a moment there, I was worried I might lose to you.
are you collecting your prize right now?
I am indeed. Though, if you really want it, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
Seriously? Wow, what is it?
A most generous donation by yours truly as director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Namely, a buy one, get one free coupon for our high-end customized service package. It's a pleasant surprise to learn you're so interested in it, Paimon.
Nope, nuh-uh, no thank you, hard pass, you can keep it.
Are you sure? In that case, I'll gladly take it.
Here you are. Now remember, this package comes with our anytime, anywhere, on-demand collection service. Just give us a call and we'll be right there. With any luck, we'll still show up even if you're unable to call.
So, to what do we owe the honor, Paimon?
What do you mean we? Changyun's the one Paimon's looking for, not you. Wasn't he saying something about needing help?
Oh, yeah. That.
How about I put it in riddle form?
Huh? Isn't the competition over?
'Twas like a demon not demonic, or devil devoid of the diabolic. Afar it floated free above the ground, but when approached, though sought, naught could be found.
Sounds to me like you encountered a ghastly little ghosty in the wild.
Perhaps I should just explain it. Basically, while I was training this morning, I suddenly caught sight of a non-human entity. It was floating in the air without any kind of external aid, and its body was almost transparent. At first I thought I'd finally encountered a demon that wasn't repelled by my pure yang spirit, and immediately prepared to exorcise it. But none of my methods had any effect on it, and when I went to try and get a closer look at it and try to ascertain what I was dealing with, it disappeared into thin air.
You're sure it's not a ghost or spirit of some kind?
Quite sure. I could sense that it had a physical body, and if it were a spirit, I'm sure it would have been scared away long before I saw it. It's all my fault. I got overexcited, and in my haste, I didn't ascertain its true nature before taking action. Thinking back on it, if it wasn't an evil spirit, maybe I offended some kind of adeptus or illuminated beast.
You shouldn't blame yourself. It was something you'd never seen before. Anyone else would have reacted the same way. Besides, We're making up for it now by doing our best to find out the truth.
Any thoughts, Venti? Have you managed to untangle Chongyun's twisted tail?
Why don't you take a guess first, Tutao?
Oh, that means you have.
I can't be absolutely certain, but I'm reasonably sure it's not what Liyue would call an evil spirit or demon. So whatever it is, it's not dangerous. How about this? We can incorporate a search element into tomorrow's poetry activity.
Oh, does that mean we get to play outside while we write poetry?
Close, but no. Good ideas could just pop into your head out of thin air, but if you ask me, everyone should relax tonight and get a good rest before tomorrow.
You say that, but your gaze keeps drifting over towards the wine stand. Wow, everyone got here so early.
The sun is shining bright today. As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme.
The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest borers and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry.
To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component, an inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face.
In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations, and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Singcho, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
Thanks. I'm counting on you. So, we hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
Oh, please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Favonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too. Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into 2 groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun.
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd, and I can't think of anything to say to them?
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think... that won't be...
I also await your guidance.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going! Dun, 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 dun. Come on!
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy. All right. Miss Diona, is there some place in particular you would like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
Captain, hey, quit messing around. Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere.
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to...
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Chongyun is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide. Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the technique still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Conqueror of demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue.
An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before.
Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Xiao.
So, are you here to train too?
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here. I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you...
But
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Xiao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions.
Fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe Team Changyun has a new member!
What? When did this become my team? Now that...
Don't overthink it! Yeah. I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new... I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire.
Uh-huh. Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
Really? Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch.
What the...
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Shangling would make.
Pew pew!
Useless!
Forth! Swift and merciful!
I'm a rock! Yeah!
Useless!
Okay, this should...
Diona, you seem really committed to...
What? No! Never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even... So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is.
Is it really worth all that effort?
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising...
But... how is that possible?
Are you calling me a liar? Well,
No.
just you wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some...
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless... she's...
No. I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao too.
Oh boy. Look at that color.
What's wrong? You're not allergic. Don't worry. There isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a season...
Surely there's no way this c- Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. Oh,
Changyan drank his too.
This drink is.
delicious! It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu. It's crisp and refreshing with just a hint of numbness. And the Jueyun and oh, the slimes. Can we talk about the slime?
That's right. Slimes are absolute. Oh, I failed again.
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about you.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chang.
Hmm?
Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here? Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away.
There's a poem written on it.
Let Paimon see! It sounds like the
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. It makes no sense to me.
That's true. I've heard when there's things that you're unable to say, or
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right? You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
but we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written to. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters.
Cool! Aw, but how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and
Time to go.
upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet? Ooh, great! Now...
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the. I have little talent for.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat.
Okay, let's go! What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
The scenery here is quite beautiful.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for.
Okay, well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the. In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance.
Huh? Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk.
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often?
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home. So I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh! Over there! Firewood! With this wood and the food I brought along...
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival.
Thanks! I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of...
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure.
What? If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by as long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go, or what...
That all sounded pretty profound. I've never...
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return.
Oh, sure.
But you're back. Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All Noelle!
Truly astounding. I never imagined it would...
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me.
By sneaking out...
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like...
But if you get caught, won't you?
So, just don't get caught.
Huh. Anyway, did anything interesting come up?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition...
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training... Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road?
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about...
Miss Hutao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts.
You can write about anything. Looking at Core Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade.
So, we have to connect our internal world with the...
Exactly. But that's just... Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart...
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun.
So, Miss Caliroe,
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you...
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there.
Amazing. So you're a...
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so...
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue?
Huh?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new
I'd personally like to hear Miss Caliroe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn some.
Well, if you're...
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
We...
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2.
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Kelly Roe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got! Wait. Xiao? Where'd he go? Xiao, come on out!
Now that we've all regrouped, let's...
They say roosters crow at first light.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but...
Director Who's manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
Ciao, Zhongli,
Oh
bentornato.
boy! Now this is a surprise.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli?
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangshu. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own composition?
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you...
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the...
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too? Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hutao.
Naturally, the more the merrier.
Then it's settled.
What about me? Shall I keep track of this?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended...
I concur, Director. Moreover, It would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which, since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So,
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luck.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh,
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion?
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP. Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as light.
Wow! Chongyun completed the couplet!
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historic. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. All right then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Qingse, spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Chongyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh! Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird.
Lotus seed and bird eggs. What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst.
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains, just for berry squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowsa!
Hey now, Zhongli, don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them. Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it...
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes.
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make...
Che ci sia del tenero tra questi due, non lo sapremo mai.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far.
Oh? In that case, round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a...
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just...
Of course you did. I presume...
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili,
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lots. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks. But 15...
huh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. Paimon thinks she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny. Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Huh?
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although...
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this monster's...
Whew. I'm so relieved. I at least...
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of
Wow, Noelle came up. Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can. Do you really think Paimon has what it takes? Fine, Paimon will. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe. What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the heart...
Really?
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear the...
I really enjoyed myself too. Oh, I never knew Leo.
You were amazing today, Noelle. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs.
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're...
Don't worry, I'm fine. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy.
Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left. The boy poured out his heart to her. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from.
Ah, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and...
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the...
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she...
Well, do you think she should go back and...
Now? But isn't
Isn't it a bit late? Oh, sorry.
if Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again.
I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard.
I never knew you had such a high... But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow...
Do we have to share our...
That's right. If you're not feeling confident...
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster.
It's as free as the winds that blow. Give it a try. There's no better chance.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you read.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall...
Morning, friends. Singcho said he wants to take some time and focus on writing poems, so he'll join us later.
Noelle has other duties today, so she asked me to tell everyone not to wait up for her.
Okay, well, never mind. What about Kelly Roy, though? She said she'd be here. I got here really early, but I haven't seen her yet.
Are you talking about the girl with the blue hair? I saw her on the bridge near Dihua Marsh during my morning training. She looked a little upset, so I didn't want to disturb her.
Upset? Oh no, what should we do? Was it something we said last night?
I agree. If she's run into...
Huh? You're all going? Then
Shall we start with the bridge? We're all here a little early, so...
Good idea. We'll be back in a...
I wonder...
What makes you say that?
Oh, sorry. Nothing. Well, nothing. It's just... that...
Now that you mention it, this is upstream from where...
Huh? Hey, look! Over there! Wow, you're right! And this one has writing on it too! After that leaf!
Are the words still legible? Or have they been...
Looks like the ink's intact! Let Paimon take a look at what it... Huh? This is related to the poem we wrote in spring. It's looking... She seems to care a lot about that. Actually, when Paimon first saw her, do you think... Is it possible...
Based on the current and account...
Let's go save her!
Time to go. Fallen leaves. Adorn my... Fire it up! Scatter! Wind strike!
Be sanctified. Silence!
Here you are.
Callie Roy, are you okay? What's that? It's a huge water droplet.
This is exactly what I saw the other day.
Huh? Why are you all looking at me like that? Oh no! My body... Is it...
That voice is definitely Callie Roy's.
How did this happen? Please wait a moment.
Per chi non ha già fatto la storia di Fontaine, ragazzi, questa già si incontrava a Fontaine.
Oh no. Did I use up too much energy?
How did you...
No. I'm so sorry for deceiving you all for so long.
What's an Oceanid?
Ah, the Grandmaster has mentioned them before.
That's correct. Though, to tell you the truth, I have a vague impression of my ancestral home. But all I know is that by the time I arrived, eventually, I settled in a place called Springvale is a serene and beautiful
So you're the spring fairy of spring?
Yes, Diona. And I remember you too, you know. When you were little.
Really? You're not messing with...
Your favorite little pillow, the fish one, its name is...
Yup! All those childhood memories. So, if this is true, then all those things written on the leaves...
I see. So you were the ones... Well, you are correct. The Spring Fairy and...
No wonder you were asking us so many questions. So, the boy...
is Finch. I always loved listening to people's dreams. And still do, to this day. Whether they're beautiful, sad... One night,
A little boy came to the spring. I like humans and wanted to understand them. Yes, we often met under the sometimes we'd stay up all night.
Aw, that sounds lovely.
But one day, just like the book says, I felt out of my... So I fled.
Oh, Caliroe.
My strength returns very slowly. And even after decades, I once hoped that Finch would be able to move on and meet me. But after seeing so many people's stories and hearing this feeling of wanting to respond to his feelings is... But I'm also scared. Scared that if I go and see him now, I'll bring...
Oh.
It really is a difficult...
Please go see him.
Huh?
I know Grandpa Finch, and he's a really kind person. When I was struggling to learn how to draw maps, he was always he often tells me stories about his past. And even though Grandpa Finch loves adventures, he still stands there by the... I believe that he's serious about his feelings for you, Miss Caliroe. So if you want to see him too... Huh?
I understand. That settles it. I will go back and see Finch.
You will?
But I'd like...
Sure. Just say the...
Would you come to Springvale with me? I cannot maintain this form for much longer, and I'm worried others will see...
Leave it to me. I'm really close with...
Also, please keep...
Your secret is safe with me.
I won't tell anyone.
Great. I can't...
What's wrong? Are you gonna turn back?
No, I'm sorry. It's just that my mind's racing. As much as I want to talk to him again, I'm... A poem? Okay. And it will be called...
Are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm just scared that...
Okay, don't panic. Wait here, Caliroe.
Take it slow, Diona. Finch isn't a young man and I can still...
Okay, stay strong. You can do it.
Follow the wind. Yeah.
Grandpa Finch!
Is that Diona? You're back?
Today's your special day, Grandpa Finch.
Oh? Well...
Over there, to the waterfall.
Did you...
Just come with me already. This is extremely important.
But I promised you...
Grandpa Finch!
All right. All right.
That's more like it. Now come on.
Drafts...
Over here! Over here! It's okay, Grandpa.
What's all this? Even Mika's here? How's work been going lately? And even some friends from abroad, if I'm...
Greetings, Mr. Finch. My name is Chong Yoon. We all met at the...
Finch.
That voice. Kelly Rowe.
I didn't think you'd still remember.
Oh, I remember. I remember all right. How could I ever forget? Although your appearance is different than I recall. Back then, you looked like you'd stepped right out of a fairy tale. But I'm one to talk. Of course, a fairy from a fairy tale can change forms. But in your eyes, I'm probably the one who's changed beyond all recognition.
Oh, even after all these years, you still know just what to say to make me laugh.
I thought you were only able to appear in the dead of night. There have been times when I've wondered whether it really was all a dream.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting for so long, Finch.
Oh, it can't have been that long. It's been...
Finch, would you like to hear
a poem?
In that case... Far from my native land I roamed. In streams I slept, many seasons I met as the sun set and rose. I searched for a garden to call a home, and the moonlight ebbed as the water flowed. A soft breeze beckoned me unto a spring. Sleep, weary wanderer, your journey is over. May the dancing petals sweeten your slumber. At dawn, I hummed the melody of a distant stream, and the songs in the night serenaded my dreams. A boy's tender tears trembled through the water, stirring me more than any starlight sonata. He wove me a wreath from past petals and future buds. I crossed beyond the veil of dreams to the realm of flesh and blood. Look at the love that shines from his eager gaze. Answer the call of his heart, lest this moment go to waste. The kittens and fireflies invited my heartstrings to sing, but I was a stranger to the melody of mankind, and knew not how this tune should begin. As the river of dreams trickled into the ocean blue, every time a crystal fly flapped its wings, older it seemed he grew. But I learned to fathom human ways each stumbling step I took, and clouds of confusion became crystal clear in the vulnerable verse I wrote. As seed yearns for soil and trees for the sun, a once foreign melody inside my heart sung, and it cried out your name on every string it could strum. Now, I give my dream to you. May it be in your slumber a sweet spring to quench your thirst. Now, I hand my heart to you, praying my belated promise might meet, still with your trust.
Yes. This is how I remember you from when we first met. All those years ago. It really has been a long, old time.
Finch,
It's okay. I understand.
Thank you, Finch. This is a droplet of water condensed from... Finch, I don't have a physical form like humans, and I
it'll be before I can change back into human form again. That as long as this droplet remains with you, our hearts will always be connected, no matter the distance between us. I will always be one with the spring.
It's so romantic.
You've really learned a lot.
Does it bother you?
How could it possibly? I just worry that once I go to sleep...
Huh? Don't say that.
I'm only...
Is that...
Grandpa Finch and Kelly really look...
Diona, thank you for fetching Finch for me.
I used to chat with you a lot. Wasn't it ever...
Of course not. You... That's why I gave you your gift. So that a part of me could...
Huh?
Wait. So is Diona's ability to mix delicious drinks from disgusting ingredients and if so, is it also possible that my pure yang...
My physical form is... Finch.
Yes?
I've never regretted meeting you, or deciding to...
It...
Although, it was different. This gift that represents my promise and my love, I give it to you.
Huh?
It's okay, everyone. She's gone now.
What? But, Grandpa Finch...
Don't worry now. She hasn't, just like she said. She'll always be one with the...
Oh? Hey, you're all back! Hootow's a step ahead. She's already talking about printing a poetry. She said she can't wait for everyone's...
Where have you all been?
Perhaps they lacked sufficient inspiration and wished to have an
How deaf-eyed! Does this mean that right from the start you...
Huh? Did I? Very... Diona! Dear Diona, could I trouble...
You wish. All right.
Huh? So, just what have you guys been up to all this time?
Really? Must be the breeze.
Yeah, that's right. We're just...
So even Mika's in on it? Chongyun, how about you tell me what happened on the sly? I'm willing to bet that even your pure yang spirit won't be able to...
I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. And I'm starting to think that maybe this pure...
Huh? What the... Okay, that confirms it. I call...
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's